Very happy.
The Villa boss, smiling to my left, was the first to admit that Wednesday deserved a point, but that's been the story of Ron Atkinson's year so far. The facts are these: Villa's 6th successive win, 9 back-to-back at home, David Platt's 20th of the season with Tony Daly, once again the provider. The destination of the championship is in their hands, simple as that.
It was 0-0 at Carrow Road, just as it was in the FA Cup 2 weeks ago. Ian Rush's scoring effort here ruled out the linesman, indicating he believed Peter Beardsley had carried the ball over the line before crossing. If he had the benefit of this replay, he might have reconsidered. Liverpool looked unlucky. Less so when Glenn Hussein was sent off by Leicester Shapter 7 minutes into the second half for a second bookable offence, both on Robert Fleck. After that, both goalkeepers made marvellous saves, but Liverpool's 10 men only really caught out here. Substitute Malcolm Allen with the whole goal to aim at, but only finding Bruce Grobbelaar on his way back to his line. Grobbelaar grateful, the referee in exactly the right place to adjudicate. Norwich's unhappy knack of missing chances continued.
Southampton had actually scored more league goals at Selhurst Park this year than Palace, courtesy of a rout against Charlton. Palace, though, proved to be a different proposition. John Salako's 3rd successive scoring game, a more than capable deputy for Ian Wright. Right, the race is on here. Mark Bright and Andy Gray heading for home. In different circumstances, there could have been a steward's inquiry, but it's Gray by a short head. Palace up by 2. Now, once again, questions are being raised about Southampton's ability to stay the course. Their Littlewood's Cup defeat by Oldham signalled a change in the going from good to heavy, with Beaches to come next week in the shape of a cup trip to Anfield. Liverpool will be encouraged by Saints' inability to defend against the Palace passing game. Phil Barber, 3-0. Now, having lost their previous 4, Palace proved a point as well as securing 3. A late goal for Southampton by Russell Osman was in no way a consolation for them.
Norman Whiteside to the fore at Goodison Park, caught in possession there by Robert Lee, and Everton exposed by Lee's acceleration. Paul Williams perfectly placed for his 11th goal of the season. 1-0 to Charlton after 43 minutes. But typical of their season, the advantage immediately discarded. Whiteside's cross. Everton wanted to credit this goal to Tony Cottee, who was recalled after 8 games out of favour. The closer inspection reveals the last touch of Charlton's John Humphrey. 1-1 until 17 minutes from time, when Charlton couldn't comprehensively clear a Kevin Sheedy corner. Sheedy with a second chance for the cross. Whiteside at the far post for the winner. 3 points for Everton, more gloom for Charlton.
The sort of match that keeps the pools companies in business, despite the occasional £1 million payout, looked odds on a draw. Derby having won 1 in 8, Rangers 9 without defeat. Phil G celebrated his first senior caller for the season with a nicely taken header. Peter Shilton was back after injury for Derby. He didn't even have a shot to save. Minutes to go, QPR looking for their 7th away draw of the season, caught on the break. An electrifying burst from Dean Saunders, Paul Parker in hot pursuit, Saunders keeping his cool. That was brilliant.
Wimbledon were considerably weakened in the first half at Main Road. Terry Phelan taking an early exit on his return to his hometown. Manchester City had to wait until 16 minutes from time to make use of their advantage. Andy Hinchcliffe's free kick troubling Hans Sagers. Defender Colin Hendry playing the role of striker. 4 minutes later, though, Hendry neglected his duties at the back. And Alan Cork away to add another goal to his vast collection for Wimbledon down the years. Manchester City 1, Wimbledon 1.
Anything but maximum points would create a United post-war record of 12 league games without a win. In the press box, they were writing the appropriate introductions after 28 minutes when Darren Morgan put Millwall in front, his first outing of the season. Rewrites not necessarily required, with just over an hour gone. Mark Hughes playing with a head wound in the second half. nodding against a post. Danny Wallace, released from flank duty for the afternoon, followed up to score his first league goal for the club. his second of the season. Hughes got a hat-trick when the teams met at Old Trafford. His winning strike at the Den, after more good work here from Wallace. Far more